Hi, everybody. Good morning. Oh, it's so nice to see all of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. Yay. All right. Just taking you in for a second. Good. Awesome. All right. So let's go ahead and just get started in a comfortable seat. Here's a fun fact. I don't know. Maybe you guys know this. Probably. Well, it's Memorial Day weekend. I know you know that. That's not the part I was talking about. But you know, like the poppies are going off right now, right? I have 3 poppies in my front yard and they're so happy. But you know, have you ever cut a poppy and it like it dies like very soon after you cut it? Have you noticed that? Well, maybe these are just my poppies, but anyway, poppies are in the air, and you know that the poppy is the symbol for fallen soldiers and those who have passed away in battle. It's like really popular in the UK, and in London they have a whole day where everyone wears poppies if you see people wearing poppies. I had the thought to bring you all a poppy today, but again, like after I cut them, they like flop. So that wouldn't have been very cool. So I think I was just going to throw out that little tidbit. And then maybe when you see the poppies can be a moment where you give thanks for those who have given their lives. What an incredible choice, right? It's one, I think, for my own self, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm cool. And I look at people who are willing to make that choice and sign up to make that choice in awe. There's something I think really amazing about that. So there's my Memorial Day offering. So I was trying really hard to see how this fits into into yoga. And really, the best way it fits is, of course, in the Bhagavad Gita, which is the sacred battle, right? This book that explains, you know, what happens when we're in conflict. Really, it's more of a symbol of, you know, our internal battles and the things that we are fighting against with our own selves. This idea of like joining 2 opposites and how often doesn't always fit and isn't always easy. So just in the larger picture, right, of what it is that we then sacrifice, right? What it is that parts of ourselves that we are fighting against, that one has to die away. And really, so much of the Gita is this idea that it's a bigger picture thing, right? Like Arjuna is the one who's like, no, I don't want to kill this other person. I see them here in human form and I just can't do it. And Krishna's like, yeah, but you got to look at the bigger picture. There is some sacrifice that's necessary on this journey of awakening and in life in general. So I don't know, food for thought this morning as we move through our practice, and we'll just kind of see how that unfolds within you and collectively. But we'll begin in a comfortable seat then. If you will, just take a moment to find a nice tall spine. You can rest your hands to the knees, maybe palms up or down, thumb and first finger together. You know, we were talking about Memorial Day. It's my husband's birthday on Memorial Day, and my daughter says, isn't that the one where you celebrate people dying? I'm like, well, yeah. But you know, and then I went on to say, it's not just that they've passed, but, you know, what they have passed doing, standing for what they believe is right and just, and being willing then to take action in that. Right. And I think that's, at least for me, what's really I kind of bow to is this ability for these people to act and just do it, to take that bold step forward. I think I would equate myself a little bit more to Arjuna, to sit and go, wait a minute, nope, I don't want to do this. Let's talk existentially about this. Right? And that is like the path of the yogin, the one that turns inward, that looks and questions and kind of asks the bigger question, what is this all for? There are, of course, some very significant battles happening in our worlds right now, not only internally, but within our nation. And so interesting that this is also a day that kicks off the summertime, right? Where we celebrate like pools opening and the freedom of the summer. And yet it begins with this kind of heaviness, this marking of those who have come before. And again, not just anyone, but specifically those we've lost in battle. So just begin to deepen your breath, settling into a rhythm that's steady on your inhales and exhales. You follow the breath in through the nostrils all the way down to the base of the pelvis. And as you exhale, kind of let your breath sink you into the earth. And as you follow your breathing, notice how you feel in your body, what's present for you physically. Remember that we don't have to necessarily do anything right now. We just want to take note so that we can, as we move through practice, be wise of the ways we place our bodies and what we maybe use for props or not. We'll move now into a little bit of pranayama. So let's do square breath. And we'll do this pattern where we increase the inhales. So the square breath, inhale, pause, exhale, pause. We'll do increasing counts. We'll start with the count of 4. We'll go to a count of 5, 6, 7. Then we'll repeat the count of 7 and go back down 6, 5, and 4. Okay, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale it all out. And then begin. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 5. Pause 5. Exhale 5. And pause. Inhale 6. Pause 6. Exhale. And pause. Inhale 7. Pause. Exhale. And pause. Inhale 7. Pause. Exhale. And pause. Inhale 6. Pause. Exhale. and pause. Inhale 5. Pause. Exhale. And pause. Inhale 4. Pause. Exhale. And pause. Good. And then breathe in and out. Take a moment then to focus the mind. So really, all of this is about understanding the small self and the big self. Right? This is the teaching also of the Gita. So as you notice what's present in your mind, really connect into the part of you that's watching. So we identify more and more with the witness. It's like the highest self. It's like Krishna as he becomes big and answers Arjuna's questions of what is this battle all for? We'll bring the hands together in Anjali Mudra at the third eye and take a moment to not only honor the higher self, but call in some teaching or wisdom or knowledge from this higher self that could benefit us in our lower form. And remember, it's not lower, lesser, it's just more manifest. It's harder for us in that small self to see, of course, the bigger picture. It's like the forest through the trees, right? And so allow ourselves to be guided from our higher knowing. And in some way, bridge right through the intention from your higher self to the lower self. And take a nice deep breath in. Hold the breath at the top. And exhale your hands to your heart. And remember, of course, the universality of love and compassion, that looks different on these two planes. One, a plane of duality, and one, a plane of unity. And it's the same thing, cutting through kind of the way that maybe our ego distributes love or receives love and the things that get in the way. But rather just for now, opening to the vastness of love, the unconditionality of it, the universality of it, all beings here equal in the heart. And then, of course, using that focus to send love and light and strength and courage to all of our brothers and sisters around the world. Even remembering that bigger scope of the human condition, from those who sit in really cush conditions to those who are struggling to make it through an hour. We'll open our practice now with 3 rounds of Om, but first take a deep breath in to fill up. Exhale everything out. Inhale for Om. As you exhale, we'll bow the chin to chest and then release the hands, allow your eyes to open, and we'll come on to all fours. And then just start to move around a little bit. So fingers spread nice and wide. Yeah, pad your knees as you would like with blankets, and then a moment or two just to move around. You know, we sat for a bit, so feel free to adjust. And then we'll take an inhale and exhale, come back to a center, nice neutral spine. Draw the navel in, but lift open the front of the heart on your inhale. And as you exhale, round the back, scoop the tail. Drop the head. Inhale again, lift open the heart. This time, move your hips to your heels, your chest to your thighs, your forehead to the skin. And let's do that whole thing again. Inhale, onto the hands and knees, lift open the heart. Exhale and round. Inhale, lift open the heart. Pull the navel in. Exhale, hips to heels, chest to thighs, forehead to floor. One more time like that. Inhale. Breathe into the chest. Exhale and round your back. Inhale again, lift open the heart. Pull the navel in. Exhale, hips to heels, chest to thighs, forehead to floor. And then just stay here for a breath or two. Maybe inch your hands towards the top of the mat a little bit. Let your arms relax, your head relax. Take another inhale and another exhale. And then from here, come all the way forward onto your hands. Drop your hips towards the earth, bend your elbows and roll the shoulders back. And then let's just move in and out of that a little bit. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, then back over your heels. Inhale, come forward onto the hands. Exhale, drop the hips, roll the shoulders back, bend your elbows. Again, inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, then back over heels. And just one more time forward like that. Inhale and exhale. And then we'll pause here. You can turn your gaze gently over one shoulder and then the other. Allow the front of the hips to descend toward the floor, but stay supported. So we're not, it's not like totally relaxed. Okay, take an inhale, lift the heart. And then bend your elbows and lower your chest to the floor. Stack your hands, rest your forehead to your hands. Take your elbows out to the sides. And you might even just wiggle your hips from side to side or pick your feet up. Bend your knees from side to side or bend your knees, drop the feet side to side. And breathe in and out. Good. Take one more inhale and one more exhale, and then extend the legs down onto the ground. Spread the tops of the toes to the floor and hug the legs in, not necessarily that they touch. Okay, now bring your hands back by your low ribs. Tuck your elbows in, and then inhale, lift the heart a little bit forward and up, cobra pose. Exhale and lower down. Good. Do that again. Inhale, lift the heart. Draw forward and then up, breathing into the chest. Exhale and lower to the floor. One more time. Inhale, lift up for cobra. Good. Exhale and lower to the earth. And then to child's pose. Knees as wide as your mat, your big toes to touch. Inhale and exhale, pause. Good. Lift your chest up a little bit. Walk your hands over to the right. As far as you can go, ground your left palm to the floor. And then breathe in and breathe out. So as our awareness is established in the witness, now our practice becomes really a practice of noticing, watching, and observing. And what are we noticing, observing, and watching is the smaller self. Right? Walk your hands through center now all the way over to your right or left. And breathe in and out. Ground the right palm down. Stretch back through the right side. Inhale and exhale. And it's not, let's qualify that. Like it's not just observing, but objectively observing, so that what you see is just that. You don't have to follow it with some quality, like good or bad or right or wrong or whatever. Just want to watch as with as much detachment as possible, because the things that we're seeing aren't really us, right? Come back to center on your inhale and exhale. These are changeable things. Now inhale, lift your hips, curl your toes under, straighten your legs, and we'll press up and back. Downward facing dog.
You can pedal out your legs a little bit here, stretch one heel and then the other toward the floor. We learn through our practice that we are not these changeable things. That we are the force that is more universal, more everlasting, more eternal than anything that could change. And then you'll just hold, pause your downward dog and soften the knees a little bit. Pull the navel in and lift the sitting bones high to the sky as you exhale, relax through the crown. Good, stay here one more inhale breath and then exhale, gently walk the feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Maybe you take a number of steps to get up there. And in your forward fold, shift your weight a bit forward and back. So lift and spread your toes. You might even use your fingers to help spread your toes out a little bit. And then eventually just lay the weight equal as possible in your feet. Remember, inner and outer ball of the foot, inner and outer heel of the foot. And then let your upper body just relax over the legs. Remember, you can bend your knees to support your back. I encourage you to relax your head and your neck. So maybe shake your head a little yes. You might nod your head a little no. And just surrender down everything away, right? So in many regards, our practice is an offering of what we're ready to let go of and what we're willing to release. You could think of that as like a sacrifice, right? Take another inhale and another exhale. And then inhale and come all the way up to stand. So let your arms be heavy. Slowly curl, maybe the hands walk up your legs. You'll eventually come to stand. Just rotate your shoulders around a few times. Breathe in and out. Shake out your arms. Maybe give a little shake through your legs. I'm going to take the right arm out to the side. Turn your palm to face forward. And then thumb down, palm back, and you'll take your hand behind you. If you want, you could grab it with your left hand and reach a little further over. And then you're going to pin your right hand to the back of the body and rotate your right shoulder around just a little bit, up and back and down. And then roll the shoulder onto the back and take an inhale. And now as you exhale, drop your left ear to left shoulder. You could even bring your left hand to your chest here, this right side. And lift your collarbone up and direct it back. You're not probably actually going to move it, right? But just like that awareness of the lift of the collarbones. You could think of here a little eye of your lung opening. Breathe into this spot. Inhale and exhale. Good. Release your head back to center. Lower your right arm down. Give it a little shake out and then switch sides. Left palm out to the side. Turn your thumb down and sweep your arm behind your back. And then maybe use your right hand to scooch the left arm over. Pin your left hand and then rotate your left shoulder just a little bit. Again, probably not a lot of movement there. But then you'll roll it up and back and down. And again, if you want to take your hand to the collarbone, just kind of press it back. And then we'll inhale and exhale, drop right ear to right shoulder. Breathe in and out. Create a little space and openness in the front of the throat. I think this is an essential place to let go and release, where it's easy to hold on to the things that we've heard, the words others have spoken, the words we have spoken. Just think of cleansing and clearing that out. Take another inhale breath here and one more exhale. Good. Inhale your head back to center, release your arms, kind of shake them out a little bit. And then lift both arms to the sky as you breathe in. And exhale your hands to your heart center. Soften the knees. Relax the hands again. Inhale, lift both arms up. Lengthen out of your waist. Exhale the hands to the heart center. One more time, just like that. Inhale, both arms lift up tall. And then fold forward again on your exhale. Soften the knees. Hinge at your waist. Relax your head. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then step the right foot to the back of the mat. Come into a low lunge. Pause for a moment, your hands onto the floor, into the shoulders, or of course you can use your blocks. And we'll take an inhale, lift, open the front of the heart as you exhale, straighten the left leg and fold forward. And do that again. Inhale, bend the knee, lift, open the heart. Exhale, straighten the leg and fold. One more time, just like that. Inhale, bend the knee, lift the chest. Look forward, exhale, straighten the leg and fold. Good, and then just pause here for a few moments. Soften your right heel down for the ground. Think of lifting the left hip up and back. Yeah, good. Take one more inhale and one more exhale. Now you'll walk the hands forward, step onto your left foot and lift your right foot so it's parallel to the earth. Point your toes straight down for the ground and reach through the crown of your head. Take an inhale and exhale. Pull the belly button in, kick through your heel, take another breath in, and then set your feet together at the top of the mat and cross your left ankle over the right. So left foot goes over to the other side of the right foot. Left shin in front. And fold forward, take an inhale and exhale. Now one more breath in here and one more breath out. Release, step your left foot to the back of the mat. You'll come into low lunge, probably need to readjust your right foot a little bit. Hands to the floor into your shoulders or your blocks. Take an inhale, lift, open the heart, and then straighten your right leg and fold. Exhale. Good, inhale, bend the knee, lift, open the heart. Exhale, straighten the leg and fold. One more time, inhale, bend the knee, lift the heart. Exhale and straighten the leg. And then stay here and breathe in and breathe out. Soften the left heel to the floor. Move your right hip back a little bit. And breathe in and breathe out. So on this journey, I think this teaching becomes there will at some point be a requirement that you let something go. Something important to you, something that means a lot, something you've been conditioned to believe you are for a long time. Step onto the right foot, walk the hands forward and lift your left foot from the floor. And breathe in and breathe out. And that is at the same time, difficult and sad, maybe, but also expansive, freeing and opening, right? You can start anew, start afresh, if you will. Take another inhale as you lengthen through the crown. Keep kicking back through your left foot. Point your toes to the floor. We'll go one more breath in, and then set your feet together at the top of the mat. Step now the right foot over the left, so right shin crosses. And breathe in and out. So there's a real bravery in that, right? A real warrior spirit you have to embody that says, I'm going to let this thing go. No longer will I be defined by that or see myself as that. Take one more inhale, one more exhale, and then you'll step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. Come to plank pose. And breathe in and out. So it's going to require some strength, right? Some ability to move through difficult things with grace and stability and clarity. Inhale, shift the weight forward, and as you exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Remember, you can always use your knees. Point your toes and lift your heart again. Inhale to cobra pose. And exhale and lower to the floor. Good. And then inhale, push to plank or go back into child's pose. And as you exhale, lift your hips to the sky, downward dog, which just makes this, very serious path. It's important, right? That not only you choose wisely, but that you have the bravery to let it go, to see what else can unfold if you're no longer defined by said thing. Take another inhale, exhale everything out, bend your knees and jump, step or walk up. Lift up halfway, inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way to stand, lift the arms to the sky. Then exhale the hands to the heart center. Now pause, bring your hands onto your hips and shift the weight into your left foot. Bring the right foot to the upper inner thigh and into tree pose. You could go above the knee, below the knee, or even the toe to the floor, heel to ankle. And breathe in and breathe out. Now the thing is that once we've made the decision, we have to follow through with the decision, right? And I think that's the part that is also really key to all of this, is the ability to not waver. And this is what I think, what comes to mind, at least when that comes up, is for me this idea that that's what dismantles your intention quicker than anything, is the wavering, the doubting, the part of us that goes, well, I don't really know. Should I? Instead, like the idea around setting an intention is that you set it and go, yes, that's it, and I'll do it no matter what, right? Take another inhale and another exhale. Good, one more breath in. Release gently your hands, lower your foot to the floor, shake it out a little bit, and then go to the other side. Lift and spread your toes, root down through your left foot, and then we'll bring right foot, and then we'll bring the left foot out. And it's the same thing in our postures, right? Yes, I'm here, and I'm going to stand on my leg, right? But I'm also going to remember that it's not just my leg that I'm standing on, but the metaphor, right, of that which is beneath me. That is supportive, whether I have both feet on the ground or just one. I can tap into that same source of strength. To remember the bigger picture, to go, oh yeah, I'm not doing this because it's easy for my small self. I'm doing this because on a higher level, I know it's necessary for my growth, for my expansion, right? Take another inhale and one more exhale. Good. Last breath in, fill up, laying thin, and then exhale, lower the foot to the floor, the arms by the sides. Inhale, sweep both arms to the ceiling, reach up, maybe lean back. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank pose. You can inhale, breath in, plank, shift the weight forward a little. Exhale, lower all the way, or stop halfway if you like, chaturanga. Inhale into upward dog or cobra pose. Broaden the collarbones, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, hips to the ceiling, downward facing dog. Good, and breathe in and breathe out. Soften the knees a little bit. So we establish trust, right? Through the steadiness of our breathing, through the steadiness of the rhythm of practice and postures, and how we move in and out of those. Inhale, look to the top of your mat. Exhale, everything out, bend your knees, jump, step, or walk up. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale all the way to stand, lift the arms to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Good, keep moving. Inhale, both arms reach up. Forward fold, exhale. Sweet and steady. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step, jump, or walk your feet back. Bend your elbows, lower all the way or stop halfway. Inhale to upward dog or cobra. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward dog. 3 breaths here. Use your navel, right? This is the transformative fire. So it's not just like, oh, I want this to transform and boom, I do it. But it's a moment by moment, everyday kind of choice. Inhale, look to the top of your mat. Exhale, everything out, bend your knees, jump, step, or walk up. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale all the way to stand, lift the arms, reach back a bit. Exhale your hands to your heart. We'll go through one more time. Sun A. Inhale, both arms reach up. Forward fold, exhale. Press all the breath out, relax, surrender. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant your hands, step back, plank pose, exhale. Inhale, shift forward a little, bend your elbows lower all the way or stop halfway. Point your toes, lift your heart. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, the hips to the sky, downward dog, or lower to the floor, plank or child, then down dog. Breathe in and out. So you have help along the way. In fact, in the Gita, Arjuna has Krishna himself, right? That unfolds as the charioteer. He gets huge and starts very patiently and lovingly answering all of Arjuna's questions. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. Exhale, everything out. Bend the knees, jump, step, or walk up. Lift up halfway. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Inhale all the way to stand. Lift the arms to the sky. Good. And then exhale the hands to the heart center and pause for a moment. Breathe in and breathe out. Arjuna takes all the time that he wants. Krishna doesn't rush him. He's not saying, okay, we have this battle fight. Come on, get your questions out. He's like, what else can I answer for you? What else would you like to know? How else can I help you understand this? Right? Which is just the symbology or the teaching that our higher self is patient. Right? It will wait for us to understand. It will give us countless opportunities to understand. And so we can trust it more and more to not abandon us when we most desperately need it. Take another inhale and another exhale. Shift the weight into the left foot. Now inhale, pick your right foot up in front of you. Just kind of rotate your foot around for a moment. In essence, it's the understanding that we won't abandon our own selves. Right? Take another breath in.
And then step the foot to the back of the mat. You'll come to high crescent lunge this time. Lift both arms to the ceiling on your inhale and exhale, then your hands to your heart center. Straighten the left leg, lift both arms to the sky again. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, bend the knee, the hands to the heart. Root through the heel of your left foot. Again, inhale, straighten the leg, lift arms up. Exhale, bend the knee, hands to heart center. Very nice. One more time, just like that. Inhale, and then exhale, hands to the heart. Now hinge forward and sweep both arms by the sides of the body. Turn your palms to face the earth, but lift the shoulders. Remember the collarbones we opened just a bit ago with our shoulders? See those eyes open towards the front of the room. Breathe in and out. Exhale the navel to the back body. Take one more inhale and one more exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms to the ceiling, straighten your left leg. Then as you exhale, pivot the toes to the side, bring your hands to your hips. You may need to just adjust and match up your feet. Now hands to the back of the pelvis. You'll lift open the heart. Inhale and exhale, lean your upper body back. Inhale, come to center, then fold forward. Slide your hands down towards your ankles. Prasarita Padottanasana. Turn your toes in a little bit, your heels out. Hands can come to ankles or the floor under your shoulders. You could always use your blocks. Breathe into the legs. Good, draw in from beneath you, right? From through the earth, through the legs, into the hips, and then descend it back down through the crown of your head. Draw your shoulders up and away from your ears. Take another inhale breath here. And one more exhale. Then inhale your hands to your hips and come all the way to standing. Exhale and pause. Pivot your left foot to face forward now. Inhale and exhale, bend your left knee into warrior two. Extend your arms forward and back. Breathe in and out. Good. Now turn your palms to face towards the sky. Wiggle your fingers around a little bit. Then tuck your thumbs in and wrap your fingers around your thumbs and squeeze. Do that again. Inhale, spread your fingers, wiggle them around. Exhale, tuck thumbs in, squeeze. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, spread the fingers. Exhale, and squeeze them in. Good. Now make some rotations with your wrists here. Your hands in a fist. Keep the bend in the left knee rotating a couple times one way and then the other. Then take an inhale, extend your arms or your fingers, turn your palms to face the sky, and now lean forward, left elbow to knee, sweep your right arm overhead. Take an inhale to lengthen out on the right side, then lower your hand toward the floor, sweep it to the back of the room and up and overhead again. Breathe in and out. So we're moving through and letting go of the places in the body, those little bits of ourselves that hang on, the way we get into our own way, the way we might even sabotage the very thing we want. Take another inhale and another exhale, and then lift the right arm straight up to the sky. Turn your thumb to face back, palm out, and then wrap the arm around behind the back. And now just like we did standing, roll the right shoulder up and back and down. Pull the left hip under and move your left shoulder back so your left knee draws back. Breathe into the heart, lengthen the torso, and then exhale, spin the gaze over the right shoulder. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. Release your right arm overhead as you breathe in next. Set both hands to the floor as you breathe out. Inhale, step your left foot back to plank pose, and as you exhale, lower all the way or stop halfway, chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Good, and then breathe in and breathe out. Good, breathe in and breathe out. Okay, take one more inhale and one more exhale. Inhale, look forward to the top of the mat. Exhale, everything out. Bend your knees and jump, step or walk up. Lift up halfway. Inhale, lengthen. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale all the way to stand. Lift the arms to the sky. And exhale the hands to your heart center. Good. Then just pause for a moment and listen. Not only is it Krishna that's patient, but Arjuna who's willing to ask all sorts of questions. There's not a moment in the Gita where he's like, well, this might be a dumb question, but, right? He just asks because he doesn't know. Take another inhale and exhale, lower your hands, bring them to the hips. We'll shift the weight to the right foot and then lift the left foot up and off the floor. So it's okay, and in fact, I think encouraged on this journey to go, I just don't know. All I know, Krishna, is that I don't want to do this. I don't want to fight this fight. And then Krishna will come in and go, oh, well, here's really what you got to do. Take another inhale, and then exhale, you'll step the left foot to the back of the mat, crescent lunge. And breathe in and breathe out. Lower the arms by the sides, then take an inhale, straighten the right leg, lift the arms to the ceiling. As you exhale, bring your hands to the heart and bend the knee. Inhale, straighten the leg, lift the arms to the sky, and then exhale, bend the knee, the hands to heart. Great, one more time. Inhale, reach the arms, straighten the leg. Exhale, the hands to the heart center. And then same thing, we'll hinge forward and sweep the arms back. Breathe in and out. You want to root through the heel of your right foot and pull the belly button in. So the supportive, abdominal muscles support the strengthening here of the psoas and the hips. Roll the shoulders on the back. Inhale and exhale. One more breath in. Reach through your fingers. One more breath out. Sweep both arms to the sky. Inhale, straighten the right leg, and then exhale, pivot to the side, the hands to the hips. Once again, maybe match up your feet, hands to pelvis, lift to heart. Press the hips forward, lean your upper body back. Inhale, come to center, and then once again, fold forward, Prasarita Padottanasana. Breathe in and out. Shoulders lift up and away from the ears. So this is really what happens in this scenario, is that we interface with one of the kleshas, the obstacles on our spiritual growth. And it's the klesha of clinging or of fear. Take another inhale and another exhale. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips and come all the way to stand. Exhale and pause. Then pivot your right foot to face forward. Inhale and exhale, bend the right knee. We'll come into warrior two. Right, pull the navel in, reach forward and back. Take an inhale and exhale. This time, keep the leg as it is, legs as they are. Lift the arms to the sky as you breathe in, and then hands come down through the heart center. The hands release, and you'll lift them back up again. So just the arms move here. Exhale, hands to heart. Do that one more time. Inhale, reach the arms tall. Exhale, bring your hands to the heart center. Then release your hands forward and back on your inhale. Reach forward, set your right elbow to your knee, and now left arm overhead. We'll keep rotating this left elbow. Inhale, exhale, or left shoulder. Send the hand down. Sweep it to the back of the room and up and overhead again. Breathe in and out. Good. One more time, just like that. Inhale, arm overhead, and exhale it down and then back. Sweep the arm then straight up to the sky. Turn your thumb towards the back of the room, palm faces back, and then wrap your left arm around behind the back. And then it's that same place right beneath the left collarbone that we want to breathe our breath. Okay? Keep supportive from underneath you though. Draw the lower abdomen in. Think of the right hip scooping under as the right knee moves back. Yeah. And then let the energy in the front of the throat move into the head and the neck. Spin the gaze towards the ceiling. One more inhale and one more exhale. Release your left arm overhead. Reach and stretch. Inhale, lower the hands to the floor. Exhale, both hands to the earth. Inhale, step your right foot back, plank. Exhale, lower all the way or stop halfway in chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog or cobra pose. Exhale the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. This is the klesha of aniveshaha, the clinging to life, it says, or clinging to that which we know. Take an inhale, look to the top of your mat, exhale everything out, bend the knees, jump, step, or walk up. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way to stand, lift the arms to the sky. And exhale the hands to the heart center. Well, sutras say in order to overcome these kleshas, what really we need to do is resolve everything back to the understanding that we are a being of light and love. That we have vidya, that we have the ability to see, right? And what are we seeing? But of course, the bigger picture, opening to that kind of space that Krishna holds that says, well, I know you don't want to do this, but you're going to have to because it's part of the order of all things. Take another inhale and another exhale and release your hands. We'll bend the knees and lift the arms, come into chair pose. Then bring your hands to your hips and shift the weight into the ball of the feet. Lift your heels up and off the floor. And then with everything that kind of descends down towards the earth, could you stay lifted in the front of the heart? Even letting that lift from the heels, so that even as the ground beneath you maybe becomes a little less stable, for there's less surface area, you are still stable and centered. Take one more inhale right into the heart. One more exhale, and then root your heels, rise to stand. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat again into low lunge. Take an inhale, lift open the heart. As you exhale, straighten your left leg and fold. Good, now we'll step onto the left foot and we'll go back to that half warrior 3. Or if you like, you can start to work yourself into standing splits here. Maybe on your inhale, lift your right leg a little bit higher, past halfway. And as you exhale, fold forward. Good, and then at some point, the ball of the foot, the toes will kind of point up towards the sky, but spread out, like you could set the ball of your foot on the ceiling. As you exhale, fold forward, relax the head and the neck and the jaw. Take one more inhale breath here, lift the right leg nice and high. One more exhale as you fold. And then step the feet together at the top of the mat. Inhale and exhale. Once again, cross left foot over right. Breathe in and out. Let your upper body relax towards the floor. One more inhale and one more exhale. Release. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. We're in low lunge on this side. Take an inhale, lift open the heart. And exhale, straighten the right leg and fold. Stay here, a breath in and a breath out. And then we'll step forward onto that half word 3. Kicking back through your left heel. And then remember, you can stay right there, or if you like, start to extend your left leg to the ceiling and fold forward over your right leg. Keep that work. Inhale, lift the left leg a little higher. Use your left glute. And on your exhale, fold. Couple more times just like that. Inhale, you can always stay halfway. I encourage you to go a little further. Go one more time. Inhale, reach up. One more exhale to fold. Good. And then step the feet together. Cross the right ankle over the left. And breathe in and out. Okay, let's go one more breath in here. One more breath out. Now separate your feet a little wider than your hips. Bend your knees and drop your hips towards the floor. Come into Malasana. Breathe in and breathe out. Let the front of the heart start to gradually open. Let your heels root down for the floor. You can support them with a blanket or wrinkling your mat. We'll take an inhale. Remember, your hips you can always set on a block as well. Bring your left hand to the ground in front of the shin. Pin it onto the floor through your fingertips or the palm of your hand. And then extend your right arm up towards the sky. Keep your shoulders nice and broad. If you like, bend your elbows and reach back to maybe capture your hands around the back of the left hamstring or left thigh. Left hip, really. And then you'll lift open the front of the heart on your inhale and exhale. Gently twist, drawing your right shoulder up and back and down. Keep the weight in your feet out to the pinky toe side so those knees don't dive in too far. Take one more inhale and one more exhale. Release your hands, reach them to the ceiling and the earth. Inhale, exhale, pause. Bring your hands back to heart center. Inhale and exhale. And then place your hands to the earth, lift your hips to the sky. Pause for a moment, just in a forward fold. Turn your heels out, your toes in. Relax down through the crown. Take another inhale and another exhale. And then we'll do the other side. So turn your heels back in, your toes out. Bend your knees and sit your hips down. Good, hands to the heart center. Take an inhale, broaden the collarbones, roll the shoulders back. Very nice. Take another inhale here and then release your hands. Bring your right hand to the floor outside the shin. And then when you're ready, lift your left arm to the sky. So effectively, we're moving that right knee back with the right shoulder. Yeah, good. Awesome. Inhale, reach through your hands. Remember the bigger picture, right? You are not just this body.
but that which extends all around and through. Take one more inhale, reach up, reach up. One more exhale, twist. Oh, I forgot our arms are out behind the back, so we have to stay a little longer. Sorry. It's good. It's, life doesn't always, those hard times don't end just when you want them to, do they? They just keep going. They have a whole rhythm of their own. Open the left shoulder. Now we've got about one more breath in. One more breath out. There it is. Release your arms, reach to the ceiling and the earth, and then exhale, lower the hands back down. Last breath into the heart. Lower your hands to the floor, lift your hips up, and then step your feet to the back of the mat, downward facing dog pose. Good. Breathe in and out here. Awesome. Inhale forward into plank pose, and as you exhale, lower all the way to the ground. And then just pause for a moment. Take your hands out in front of you. Rest your forehead to your hands. Once again, a little wiggle from your hips. Breathe in and out. Okay, take one more inhale and one more exhale. And then inhale, lift your head, slide your hands back by your low ribs again for Cobra pose. You're going to hug the elbows in and lift the shoulders, and on your inhale, lift the chest. Exhale and lower down. Now keep your chest and head heavy. Just lift your legs and feet. This is half locust. Exhale and lower them down. Then the chest. Inhale, lift the heart. Root the heel of the hand. Exhale, lower to the floor. Chest and head heavy. Just legs and feet lift. Inhale. Exhale, lower them down. One more time with your chest for Cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower to the floor. One more time with just legs and feet, half locust. Exhale. Now we'll do everything. Lift the head, the chest, the legs, the feet. And pause. Maybe your hands lift up and off the earth. You might even extend them back behind you. Palms face the floor. Yeah, now breathe into the heart. Lift away from the earth. Hug the legs in. Awesome. Take one more. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, lower to the floor. Arms by the sides. Turn your head to the side. Breathe in and breathe out. So we're bravely, ever so bravely, releasing and surrendering, sacrificing, if you will, parts of ourselves, maybe parts that you're really comfortable with, that you've come to know really well. Turn your head to the other side and breathe in and breathe out. But we're looking for those parts that we might know like that, but really no longer serve where we are. It's like, thank you, and now you can go. Take a breath in and a breath out. And there'll be a little part of us that goes, well, are you sure? I don't know. But this is where you have to have no doubt with all certainty. And if you're not there yet, it's okay. We don't have to get mad at ourselves or critical. Take another inhale, another exhale. Bring your head back to center and then push back into child's pose. Bring your knees as wide as your mat, your big toes to touch. Right? At least I know that that's not always helpful in my life. The more I criticize myself for holding on to something or expect myself to be done before I'm really done, the more struggle there is, the more suffering there is. I might as well just love on myself until I'm really ready. And start to examine, am I just not ready because I'm comfortable, or am I not ready because I'm afraid, or what's really it? Come up to seated now on your inhale and exhale. Extend the legs out in front of you. And that's where this becomes like an individual journey, right? Who knows what time is the right time? The teachings say all in divine time. So in my perspective, that means you give it up to the higher power and you'll know when it's time. I'll have you extend your right leg out to the side and fold your left foot in now. We're going to bring the hands just right out in front of you first and foremost. Flex through your right foot and bend your right knee a little. Take an inhale and then exhale, fold forward, hinge at your waist. And breathe in and breathe out. Now, what the kleshas say, actually, the teaching says not necessarily do you resolve back to the highest, but what you resolve these fears back to is really ego. We can free ourselves from the kleshas when we are in full seeing and awareness and remembrance that we are these beings of endless and limitless potentiality, right? But until then, we go to resolve back to the ego. Oh, this is just my ego afraid. Oh, this is my ego wanting to stay comfortable. Oh, this is just because I like it easy.
right? Inhale, come up to seated, and then slide your right hand down towards your right ankle. Relax your right elbow and shoulder. Then sweep your left arm towards the sky and up and overhead. And just breathe in and out. And we can rotate the wrist here a little bit, just bring some movement into the upper body so there's not tension. And then reach through the arm, but now bend your elbow and place your hand behind your head. Take an inhale and exhale. Okay, you're welcome to stay in any of these variations, or if you like on this time, we'll extend the left arm, wrap it around behind your back, just like you did in your extended side angle. And then hold here and try to create that same shape, the lift in the front of the collarbone, the pulling of the navel and rooting through the legs as you rotate your heart open towards the sky. Yeah, and then ground your hips, pull the belly button in to lengthen the low back. Oh my gosh, and then just kind of drink it in for a breath. Inhale and exhale. Great, release, just back up to seated, both hands onto your knees. Inhale and exhale, pause, just close your eyes. Relax your shoulders, your jaw, take a breath in and a breath out. Good, and then switch. Let's go the other way. So left leg out, right leg in. Hands come out in front of you, shoulder width distance. We fold forward first. Remember, you can always use your blocks here. Take an inhale, lift open the heart, and then as you exhale, fold forward. And breathe in and breathe out. So it's not easy. This is the serious kind of stuff of life, right? But remember that it's also juxtaposed with like summertime, pools, right? And so we also have to juxtapose the posture or like all of this kind of very serious practice with like what really is the calling of your soul, which is joy and love and happiness. And so that's what really we're looking to kind of also surrender to as well, right? Krishna is not sitting there in the Gita admonishing Arjuna for having these questions. And he's not rushing him along. But Krishna is also known as the one, the God of like play and love and devotion. Come up to seated on your inhale and then exhale, slide your left hand down towards left ankle, relax left elbow and shoulder, then sweep the right arm overhead and breathe in and out. Krishna is the God of the cows. Cows in India, you know, are sacred. You could rotate your wrist around a little bit one way and then the other, and then bend your elbow and put your hand behind your head. And breathe into the side of the body. Well, Krishna is also said to come down, an avatar of Vishnu. Inhale, extend the right arm up, and then you can wrap it around behind the back, just like our extended side angle. Anyway, he comes down when the milkmaids are busy with their work, milking the cows, and he lures them away. In fact, he's like so attractive. All the milkmaids are like, oh, who's here? And they get a little flustered, and they see that it's Krishna with his flute and his dancing feet and his happy demeanor. And he's like, don't do your work today. Come play with me. And the milkmaids are like, well, okay, if you say so, Krishna. All right, take one more inhale. One more exhale, and then release back up to seated. So here again is our dichotomy, right? Krishna, the one who's guiding Arjuna through this epic battle, and then the one who's like, oh, let's go play and dance. Breathe in and out. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let your knees come out to the side, which is just a remembrance that yes, this is work, but there's also, it's work so that we can remember who we are, so that we can get past the stuff that gets in our way of joy and happiness and love. And sometimes that's just a permission, right? If you need external permission, I permit you here and now to have fun in life and to enjoy it, even amidst all the horrible, awful things that are happening. Take another inhale into the front of the heart. One more exhale as you fold. And then inhale, come up to seated, and exhale, draw the knees together. Now lean back onto the sitting bones and lift your feet up towards the sky. Just like you could have a yoga practice that's like fun, right? But also maybe kind of hard. Take a breath in and a breath out. I remember distinctly the first time like I laughed in a yoga class and I was like, oh, that's allowed. I didn't know it was allowed. It's very serious work, right? But I loved it. I think I fell deeper in love with the practice then too, because I was like, oh, you can actually have joy
the work can be balanced with joy and happiness, which I think is also like poppies. I don't know if you see poppies and don't smile. I don't know if we can get along. Take another inhale into the heart and then set your feet onto the floor. Bring your hands behind you. Roll the shoulders onto the back and lift open the heart. And once the poppy is cut from its source, it's like, bleh, right? So we want to stay connected to source. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale and lower them down. Good, and do it again. Sometimes it's just a matter of remembering there is something as joyful as a poppy in the world that just boop, pops open, right? Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, pause here. I told you we have some in our yard. There's one that's been having its blooms for a really long time. And Audra said this morning, she goes, they all just came out today. And I was like, yep, they just popped themselves open. Take another inhale and exhale, lower to the floor. Good, and then come to the middle part of your mat if you're not there. I'll have you flip your palms towards the sky, take an inhale, and then slowly lower all the way to the floor. Keep reaching forward, keep your feet rooted. We'll come all the way down onto the ground now. And when you get there, reach your arms overhead, stretch your legs straight. I feel like that a little bit happened in the spring. I was so ready for spring, ready for spring, ready for spring. And then I looked around one day and I was like, did all the trees just pop overnight? Which is like this, I think, a beautiful metaphor. Bring your knees into your chest of the, while we're doing the work, then boom, it seems like it's all of a sudden, but it's been happening gradually all the time. That there is new life, new beginning, something that is born again, right? Just rotate your knees around in a circle a couple times one way and then the other. Okay, then you're going to place your hands down onto the ground and place your feet on the floor as well. Then you'll pull your right knee into the chest, inhale it up towards the ceiling, and then lower the leg down. We're just going to bicycle the knee here. So exhale into the chest, then inhale, reach the leg up and around and down, and exhale into the chest. You're just going to do that a few times here. Nice and smooth and fluid. With your bicycles, kick through the ball of your foot and your toes. Leg reaches up on inhale and then exhales down and into the chest. Okay, then the next time the knee comes into the chest, you're going to reverse it. Extend your leg straight and then lift it up and bend the knee in. Just like cruising down the hill when you backpedal on your bicycle. Breathe in and out. Isolating the movement into this right hip. Take your time. Think of the muscular engagement around your hip joint, your quads, your back. Now lift the leg up towards the sky. Inhale, exhale, kick through your heel and bring your hands around your hamstring. And then slide your hands up towards your ankle, but keep your back flat on the floor. Feel free from here to extend your left leg straight, or you could even now pick your head and your shoulders up and off the earth. If you go there, hug your elbows in. Breathe in and out. Good. Drive the lower back down toward the ground. Take one more inhale and one more exhale. And then lower your upper body, lower your right leg all the way to the floor. Relax your arms by the sides and just surrender your whole body. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Let's do the other side. Place both feet to the earth. Bring your arms down by the sides, your hands to the floor, and then pull the left knee in. Inhale and exhale, and now extend the left foot up. Exhale, lower it down, and we'll bicycle around on this side. Go fluid and easy. It's not about how many times you rotate around, but again, the quality of your awareness. Good. The next time the leg bends in or the knee bends in, reverse it. Extend the leg straight and then lift it up. Again, take your time. Keep your hands, your foot rooted to the floor as you rotate your leg around. It's really good functional movement for your pelvis, for your hips. Good. Go around one more time. Inhale, exhale, and then extend the left foot towards the ceiling. Kick through your heel. Take your hands now around the back of the hamstring and stay there, or slide your hands up towards your ankle.
Draw the leg over the body if you want. Extend your right leg and then pull the shoulders and the head up and off the earth and breathe in and breathe out. Good. Extend through your right leg. Lift your head and shoulder. Drive the lower back toward the floor. Awesome, you guys. One more inhale, one more exhale. And then slowly lower your left foot to the earth, arms by the sides. Breathe in and out. Good. And then one more little pose before we cool out. Let's do bridge pose. Bring your feet up and underneath your knees. Bend your knees so your feet up by your hips. You got it. And then lift your hips away from the earth. If you have a block and you'd like to use your blocks, go right ahead. Blocks can come right underneath the back of the pelvis. Breathe in and out. Push down through the soles of the feet, the shoulders, back of the head. Breathe in and out. Okay. Open the front of the throat towards the ceiling. Take another inhale. And another exhale. Awesome. And then inhale, lift your hips. You can release your hands, remove your blocks, and we'll slowly lower the hips to the floor. And breathe in and breathe out. And then just kind of scan through your body. Yogi's choice. You can finish up your practice however you would like. Before we go into Shavasana. Maybe a twist, maybe a dead bug, maybe a supine pigeon pose, shoulder stand, maybe nothing. Shavasana, remember, is also fine. Are you guys cool with that swamp cooler?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I just got very hot. I didn't know if it was just me. Okay. Move some energy today. And you're just going to let your whole body eventually relax on the floor. There's no rush, right? Take your time. And you just surrender. So now here really is the work of letting what it is that you're releasing just completely die away. In many regards, that's the purpose of Shavasana. Not only to rest the body after working, but also to surrender that which you've sacrificed, that which you have let die off, that which you no longer are feeding. An attitude, a belief, a behavior pattern. What happens when we let that go is we resolve ourselves back to our nature, our boundless, limitless, joyous, loving force. It's reflected in all beings and a part of the great unfolding.
Satoma Satgamaya Masoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityormamritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Om Satoma Satgamaya Masoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityormamritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Om Satoma Satgamaya Masoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityormamritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Please begin to bring awareness back to your physical body. Slowly and sweetly, then allow the breath to deepen. Just gradually reawaken. So here is that, rebirth, symbol of coming back. Same or similar, but slightly different. As you reawaken, then more and more, wrists and ankles will move, arms can extend overhead. You can bring the knees to the chest and give yourself a great big hug. Take another inhale. As you exhale, we'll roll to the right or the left. And in your own time, come up to a comfortable seated position. Just take a moment to seal our practice. One of the things that I appreciate so much about the Bhagavad Gita is that I can read it. We read it every year, twice a year, really, for the teacher training. And there's something that I get from it, every time I read it. I think that's what's so cool about, this existence is you can read something, at some point in time and read it again and see and hear a whole different thing. We just know ourselves on deeper and deeper layers, understanding, that this little letting go is actually quite an action. And so while those that we honor at this time have lost their physical lives, there is something that we are also share with that as we let go of something internally. A loss, yes, but what it gains, and hopefully, and that's the whole journey of the soldier, is that what they are dying for is not in vain. I know that things are not easy right now in our nation and the larger scope of the world, and it's easy to lose hope and to start to get pessimistic and things, it's never going to be any better. But remember, what comes from the most challenging times is an evolution, a reawakening, a rebirth. So while we're in it, right, keep your eyes on the prize, your mind focused, your body steady. Feel the earth beneath you. One step at a time, one day at a time, breath by breath, moment by moment. Bring the hands back together at the center of the heart as we dedicate ourselves to this daily practice. Staying aligned as best we can and coming back when we lose our way. And aligned with our highest values. One of the biggest things from the Gita is really aligning us with our core values and seeing how that shapes our perspectives in the world. So as we come back to those time and time again, may we also remember that we are endlessly supported and deeply, deeply loved. We'll seal our practice with a chant of Om, but first take a deep breath in. Exhale everything out. Inhale for Om. So exhale, we'll bow the chin to chest. Honor the love and compassion that lies in your heart and the hearts of all beings. Teacher that guides our way. I know the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Hari Om. Tat Sat. Tat Sat means I am truth. Tat is, I don't really know. Sat is truth. Tat Sat just goes, Tat is I am that. Tat Tvamasi, that's what it is. There you go. Okay, so much love. Many blessings. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you guys soon. Yeah, you're welcome. You want to come meditate with me? We'll do meditation mantra in the other room, in the meditation room. It is an extra, so you just have to check in at the front desk. And it goes 11:30 to 12:15. And it happens every week, so you can't make it this week, but that sounds good. You can always come back another time. Okay, bye. Have a great day. You're welcome. Put out the poppies on your way.